Today's Kingdom Nugget is, don't neglect the gift you have. Hello, and welcome to The Word, the World, and Everything in Between.
A podcast for women, by women. We're your hosts,
Liz
and Samantha.
We are here today with Jasmine Ahmad.
Yay!
Married for 6 years, has 3 beautiful kids. What are their ages?
12, 5, and 3.
Yeah, you had to think about that.
I did.
And it's girl, boy.
It's girl, boy. I have Lily, Luna, and Lucas. Yes, it's fun. We're all in different seasons with each of them.
Wow, that's true. Luna, where did that name come from?
You know what? I just have always loved it. Like, I just always loved the name Luna, and I like the idea of having a Spanish name. My husband picked out the first name for Lily, and I was just like, okay, now it's my turn.
Are you full-blooded Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican in Colombia.
Ooh, you're spicy.
I have a lot going on.
Yes, you do. Not only are you married for 6 years, have 3 kids, all different stages. Not only do you have a lot going on, but you are an accomplished writer.
Yes, thank you.
And I know you were on tour, but most importantly today, drumroll, your book comes out of Not for Keeps.
Not for Keeps.
Yes. It comes out today. I wanted to.
You're right. That was my.
That was your cue.
Yes.
Not for Keeps comes out today, and you like to write like love story,
romance.
And I noticed that the one that says "Back to You," we just spoke about it. It has a little Puerto Rican flag.
It does.
Inside the little restaurant. So I said, "Oh my God!" Whoever the man or the girl goes back to Puerto Rico, and they just go back to each other, and they go back feelings to each other. And all that.
Yeah.
Your books are light to read, sweet and romantic, and they have meaning behind them.
They do.
They really do. And absolutely. I know you do that purposely.
I do.
So it's not just a romance novel.
No. I mean, yes, romance is at its core, right? I think it's really special. Just like those moments when people are falling in love, like those like lingering glances or just like a graze of a finger with one another. I just think that that's really special. So I love writing about that, but I also really enjoy writing about real life and real people because people aren't perfect. They're going to be going through so many things. They're very nuanced and multi-layered. And I think it's really important to also tell those stories. And for my first book, it's chronic illness and domestic violence. And then for my second one, it's a single mom and navigating that situation and what life is like and trying to protect your child when, now you're in the dating world again and what that looks like.
Right. As a single mom.
As a single mom.
We don't have.
No.
Never, ever.
No. Married for life. He's stuck with me.
And so how did you start the journey of becoming an author? I know that's an interesting story.
Oh gosh. Well, okay, so I've actually been writing since I was a kid. So fun fact about me, I'm a total nerd. I used to read the dictionary for fun and the encyclopedia for fun.
I love that.
Like, I was actually a nerd. And
like literally when you said that?
No, I was a real life nerd.
Wow.
I just love feeding my mind. And there's something really cool. Like, words are just really cool to me. Like, I just find it so cool. And so I used to write short stories, poems, songs, anything I can think of. Like, I was constantly writing. And so that's kind of just been my whole life. And then I always wanted to write a book, but it's finding the right story and kind of really tapping into that creativity within you to be able to put something out there. I've also been really hesitant to like share certain things. And something you'll find in my stories is there are little pieces of myself within them. And so Back to You is I always say that's a huge homage to my life and a lot of things that I personally had to experience. And kind of being comfortable. Yes, absolutely. So just kind of being comfortable sharing that. And so I was, prior to my husband, I was in a domestic violence relationship. And I was in that for several years. And that was a really trying time for me. And just those moments in life, right, where you're trying to figure out, like, one, how did I get here? 2, I should have listened to my mom. And then 3, like, how do I find a path forward? And like, who am I now after leaving that relationship? Who am I now? And like, what kind of woman do I want to become? And so that was a journey in itself. And I think back to you, it took me a couple years to write, if I'm being honest. It's my longest writing process, and that's because it really forced me to be introspective and just really tap into what I was feeling in those moments. But then also like just the pure joy that I felt after coming out of it and like finding my husband and having our children.
Yes.
So it's my journey has been an interesting one, to say the least.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And then anything that we find a part of you in your new book?
Yeah. So that's a great question. So I do have another child from that relationship, the domestic violence one, and she does live out on the East Coast. Her name is Emma. And so I was that single mom trying to figure it out. Yeah, when Amira and I started dating, she was about 3. And so I had a no one meets the kid rule.
That's natural.
You just have to be really protective.
Right.
And so not only at that point was I very protective of my own heart and like, is this guy a good guy? Or, that fear that comes with,
I mean, he's a
stuff
sweetheart.
He's the best.
Oh, he is. I can truly say he is so sweet.
I think maybe you went from that other relationship. I don't even think he could raise his voice.
No.
I don't even think he has a dad voice. You know how every man.
Well, he does.
Oh, he does?
He does.
It just seems
it's just
so
never used on me.
Well, he just seems like so
he's so calm. He is a very calm person.
Yeah, I'm like, I cannot see him being like, I don't know. Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I needed, right? Like just being in a situation where it was very aggressive and violent, being with someone that is just so calming. And like even when I am like experiencing moments of anxiety or stress or panic, he's always like that sounding board, like, okay, let's take a step back, let's breathe, like this is what we're gonna do. And that's always really nice to have, like just like feeling like, okay, I have someone that has my back always.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then what was it? I'm sorry because I interrupted you.
It's okay.
About when your daughter was 3 and you met a man, like.
Yes. So huge parallels here, right? So not for keeps, she's a single mom. The differing fact is the father left while she was pregnant. And so the child has never had like a father figure.
And
She's always just had.
Nico. His name was Nico, right?
He does come back, Nico. He comes back and he wants to, the funny thing with that is he doesn't necessarily want to be a parent. He just wants the relationship he once had. And so it's not really him wanting to get back to being a dad or missing or taking in what he missed out on. And so in that she decides to tell him she has a boyfriend, and decides to fake date her brother's best friend. And I thought that was really fun, just
cute.
Just add a little bit of lightheartedness to more heavier topics.
Right.
It's always fun.
Yes.
But yeah, so that single mom really parallels my life and just kind of like what I had to experience and like that fear, like, okay, I'm starting to fall for someone. My child loves him. This is really scary. I should probably break up with you now.
Let me sabotage.
And that's my cue. Self-sabotage.
Exactly. And she does that in the book. Like she really does have a moment of self-sabotaging. And then he pretty much just doesn't give up on her. He's like, okay, you're having a bad day. We'll talk tomorrow kind of thing. And I think that's so cool. Like having someone that's so headfast on you and like, I'm just going to stay with you through the ups, the downs.
Right.
You're a little bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot.
Or a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah. And I just think that's really beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, do you have any books that in mind that you're writing or that you're thinking about or?
Oh gosh. Yes. I'm always writing. So about a couple weeks ago, I finished another book. Not in this. Yes, I know. I just keep going. But it's not in this series. It's a completely separate world.
Okay, so these are it's a series.
Yes, this is what we call an interconnected standalone. So, the first book follows Sebastian and Mariana. Now, the second book follows Sebastian's younger sister, Annalise. So they're all
because I realized that the cities were both the same cities, and so that's where I was kind of like, oh, she just city.
I do though. I always say it's my Latina Stars Hollow. Have you guys ever seen Gilmore Girls or heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, it's my version of a Stars Hollow, which is like that small town, but with Latin characters.
A little more flavor.
Yeah. So I'm currently in the editing process for this book.
Wow.
And I just started writing another book. Again, different world. Completely different.
Right. Can we say something?
Yeah, of course. So the
writers are a little picky sometimes.
Yes. So the one in editing, I do have to keep a little bit private right now.
Okay.
But some just quick things that I can say is that it's a sports romance, so it's a bit different than like my North.
Okay.
He's a football player. And then
wait, is he Latin?
He's not.
Oh,
that's okay.
That's okay. Is she?
She's not. She is.
Yes, she is. Okay, with
that. And then the book that I am currently writing, what I can say, it was marriage in trouble. They got divorced, and they're kind of finding their way back to each other.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
and I like you said, you have meaning behind your books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's a topic to hit. It's not just
like a full romance, like fantasy, like, where there's no way this is going to happen to me or
life.
Yeah, exactly. I always say I have a bit of a sad girl brain. And I
sad girl brain.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
So just like the way that my brain can just really tap into making people cry. Like, I just love it. I've gotten so many messages like, oh my gosh, your book made me cry. And I'm like, thank you.
Well, that's what was the goal.
That's the intent.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't get me wrong, I love books that are just romance and fun and but what I write is just different. Like I really love to tap into like those deeper feelings and just like, okay, this is a very messy and imperfect person and this is their journey.
That's life.
And it is. No one's perfect.
It's not Princess.
It's not Romeo and Juliet like coming down from the balcony, swoop me up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And where can we find your books?
Yeah, so you can purchase them on Amazon. You can purchase them also on the Barnes & Noble website. I think those are like the two main hubs that people typically tend to like buy.
Amazon and Barnes & Nobles.
Yeah.
Is it available in audio?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
That's
have to get you recording your own book.
That's the future goal. Definitely.
She's too busy writing. Loves it. Somebody else could read for her.
But I feel like the author should do it because they know how it's like supposed to sound and like I don't know. I feel like
the
so cool.
emotions, but
little reading special for close friends and family.
Down the store. Shut the door.
Yeah. End scene.
Yeah.
No, that's
so amazing. Yeah. So how long have you known the Lord? Because I know your path, your way.
Yeah. Okay. So I was raised Catholic.
Weren't we all?
Yes.
Not for nothing.
I feel like honestly, everyone we had it. I used to be Catholic.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. It just wasn't the path for me, if I'm being honest. But I was raised Catholic. Like my grandmother, I was in church on, I remember, every Wednesday, every Friday, every Sunday.
Wow.
So I was doing Sunday schools also. So I'd go to Mass and then I'd do Sunday school. Friday, I was doing classes. I would help serve. I'd be downstairs at night cleaning. I was a kid.
Yeah. Let's not forget that.
I was a kid, guys. Child labor laws, anyone? No. I loved it. It was fun. But then also Wednesday night, they had Wednesday night service. So I went there too. So my grandmother, she was very, very big on like this is what we're doing.
Right.
We believe in God. We love Jesus.
So did you grow up with your grandmother?
I did. Primarily, yes.
Oh,
so mostly my grandmother, my mom, kind of in between, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so my grandmother just plays such a huge role in my life.
Right.
So I was always at the church. Then I started dating my oldest, Emma, her father.
Right.
And I kind of,
For lack of better words.
whoops. And then I kind of took a step back from church because he was not a believer.
Right.
And so I think at that age, you're so impressionable, right?
Yeah.
And like, you're like thinking you're in love and you're like, I'm going to do all the things my boyfriend does.
Right.
And so I did not go to church anymore. I kind of really fell out of that. And for several years, I was not going to church. I was not praying as I should. I was really completely out of it until, honestly, until I met Amir. He's raised Christian. His mom, he had him in Christian school.
Wow.
So it was very different.
Yeah. He's like, so we are going to church.
He's like,
you're like, what do you mean?
He's like, actually, and our future kids are going to be Christian too.
I'm like, okay.
I'll never forget that conversation. But I'm so grateful. And so that was in New York. So we were going to Isaac, who's our bass player.
Right.
We all lived in New York, and so we were going to his dad's church for a while. And then when we moved to California, we were doing a little bit of church hopping.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out, like, where's our space.
Of course.
And we were fortunate enough to find it. Well, my husband found the way. I was home mad at him.
You brought me over the whole other side of the United States.
Exactly.
Here.
Exactly. Yeah. It felt very, very lonely. But that really made such a huge impact on him. He went to a service. I want to say it was last maybe February around Super Bowl time. And then he came home and he was like, okay, you're going to church. Like, just like that.
This is it.
And I was like,
right, as he should.
Yes.
And leading the
He was leading. And that's exactly what I like. That's what I want. I don't want to lead.
No.
It's
you
fine.
have time.
Yeah. I have so many kids.
And he has an interesting mix. He's
Puerto Rican and Pakistani.
I can't believe that.
I know. Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, Amir. Yes. So really, then I started. Well, he forced me to watch the YouTube video. Yeah, if we're being honest.
She protested. He said, "Turn it on." And you're like, "Okay."
He was like, "This is actually what you're doing."
Yeah,
which is kind of attractive.
May or may not be in some of the novels. So go ahead and read.
And then we started going to the Way.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a huge, the change in our lives at that moment, because I think during that time our marriage was really kind of going through like a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, I was moved across the country. My whole family is back in New York. I was really lonely.
Still going to Catholic church.
I just yeah, still going to Catholic church. But yeah, so it was really hard, and I think our marriage was really struggling at that time. I also was dealing with some postpartum depression at that moment because we had just had Lucas several months prior. And honestly, going to the Way completely shifted my relationship with God. Like it on night and day.
It was the Holy Spirit.
Like I really felt it. I remember going to that first service with Amir and like being like in tears, bawling, like, oh my God,
this is for me.
This is my home now. But it really was. And then we locked in. We signed up for foundations. We signed up for a life group.
Right.
Then I started serving, and I was just like, I'm all in. And I really felt like the power of Jesus like moving in our lives. Like our communication got better. Our marriage got stronger.
Right.
Our patience with our kids was enhanced.
Right,
the overall happiness in our home shifted.
Mm-hmm.
And that trickled down to like our children and seeing how happy they are, and just building a community made such a huge difference. Absolutely, God is so good. And we've it's funny because now like I'll read the Bible to him, or like he's laying back and I'm reading.
You're like, hey, the tables have turned.
And it's really nice, like just like having that in our lives. I really, really believe that I would not have been able to get through any of the things that I got through without God. And even if I wasn't fully in it in those moments during those times of strife, right? I still firmly believe that he's the reason why I made it out alive of that relationship. Or my son and I almost died in birth, and so that was a huge thing. And I very much believe God had a hand in our safety and just like the miracles that he brought us.
So let me ask you something. Do you think that like your creativity like grew more, or you were able to do the books because you kind of went back to the Lord and gave yourself 150%, like you were all in, and that's when everything just really started taking place?
Yeah, I do think so. I also think God gave me the confidence to be more open and really show that just because you go through something, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You know, you're gonna get through it some way, somehow. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I think God helped me figure that out, because for so long I was holding on to a lot of that like past trauma and just like really like it's my baggage. Like, okay, we're going everywhere together.
Right.
But
and now you're free.
Now I'm free. She dropped the baggage.
She dropped
it. Let it go.
Said I'm back.
Praise Jesus.
Not for keeps.
Yes.
That comes out today. That's exciting.
Be sure to go and buy it and read it.
Yes.
And tap into it.
Find her. It's Back to You. Her first book. Her second book is Not for Keeps. And it's Jasmine Ahmad. And you could find her in Amazon and Barnes and Nobles.
Yes.
Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was really a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much. I love talking with you guys.
Talking to you.
And with that, we say bye.
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 Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, if you have any prayer requests, questions, or praise reports, we would love to hear from you. Bye.